Next up, the second silver baton for CARE 11 in Minneapolis. This one for reporting on the very important veteran beat. This project was the culmination of a 2-year-long investigation with wide-ranging impact locally and nationally. The series from reporter A.J. Legault focused on the VA and on issues affecting all of our veterans, including how veterans missed out on more than $150 million worth of refunds for their home loans, how discriminatory testing kept a Native American veteran from getting a life-saving kidney transplant, and how the VA was improperly denying billions of dollars in veterans' claims for their emergency medical care. In the wake of CARE 11's investigation, a new federal law has been enacted reforming the VA's transplant program, which, by the way, meant that Native American veteran got his transplant as a result of this investigation. VA officials have announced other reforms as well, including an investigation of emergency room bill denials. In this clip from On the Veteran Beat, a whistleblower explains how the system is deliberately set up to deny veterans like Ben Krause and Bob Ramsey their insurance claims.
We knew the improper denials were happening, a lot, but we didn't know how or why until a VA whistleblower with a heavy conscience came forward.
It's been weighing on me a lot.
His name is Joe. He asked that we not use his last name. When we met him, he worked as a voucher examiner for the VA's Office of Community Care. That's the office that either approves or denies emergency treatment claims.
A Minnesota veteran turned over to collections after
he'd seen our reports and told us he believes there are a lot more veterans out there stuck with emergency medical bills the VA should have paid.
You know for a 100% fact that there are claims being done incorrectly.
Yes.
Because you've done them incorrectly.
Yes.
An admission in direct conflict with Joe's own 2016 VA employee performance appraisal. In glowing terms, it claims he's an exceptional employee who's accurate an incredible 99% of the time.
Is that true?
Probably not.
Joe says they don't really monitor errors. What they do track and focus on is how many claims examiners complete each hour.
We are accountable for speed. And the faster you are, your performance goes up.
So just how fast does the VA expect examiners like Joe to be when they go through a veteran's often complicated emergency medical bill claim? Joe's performance review spells it out. To get an exceptional employee rating, the target for handling claims like Ben and Bob's is 22 an hour. Let's do some math. If an examiner has 60 minutes to review 22 claims, that means, on average, less than 3 minutes spent reviewing each one. 3 minutes to determine whether it was a real emergency, service-connected, covered by other insurance, or if they should have gone to a VA hospital instead.
We were told to pick and click and get them moving.
Here to accept the DuPont Silver Baton for CARE 11, please welcome reporter A.J. Legault.
I think I drew the short straw having to follow that last speech. Chapter 31 of the Old Testament book of Proverbs gives instruction to speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. And that's exactly what we as journalists get to do day in and day out, give voice to the voiceless. By giving a voice to a Native American Marine Corps veteran named Frank Sherman, we exposed how bias in the interpretation of test results was used by the VA to deny him a life-saving kidney transplant. The reporting ultimately forced the federal agency to reverse course, and just a few months ago, after 6 years of delay, Frank got his new kidney. Receiving an award like a DuPont for Steve and I is a real honor. But making a difference like that, even in one person's life, that's what our job as journalists is all about. There's a lot of folks from CARE 11 and TEGNA that Steve and I should thank, but tonight I want to thank the whistleblowers who risked careers, risked livelihoods to expose wrongdoing. Thank you. To the men and women who shared their often painful stories with the goal of protecting other veterans and military families, thank you. Nearly every phone call and conversation I had with Frank Sherman over the year and a half that we covered his story ended with him saying, Semper Fi. It's the Marine Corps motto. It means always faithful. So tonight, I'll end this way. Semper Fi, Frank.